For the cheapest coins with fast delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor, Red Zone Coins, and use code SWIFT at checkout for 20% off. So Swift family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 20 video, and in today's video I've got another power-up guide for you guys in Madden 20. Now for this guide, I actually put in a ton of research. I looked at Pro Football Focus, I looked at past Maddens, and I looked at this Madden to come up with what I think is a really optimized list for some of these power-up cards to be investing in. Some of them will be curveballs, and some of them are just, what in my opinion, almost crazy good investments. Now how power-up investments work is all you basically do is you invest in a power-up card by buying it, and then you kind of hope that that player gets an upgraded card in a new promo. Likely what will happen if they get an upgraded card is that power-up will go up in price because people want the new card, so they'll buy the power-up card just so that they can make it one higher overall point, and that's essentially how power-up investing goes. Now before I get into this list, all I ask of you guys is to hit the like button down below. This list did take a bunch of research, a bunch of external time to figure it out, so if we could hit 1,000 likes, that would be greatly appreciated. I know that's a huge goal, but let's see if we can do it. As well, if you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below in the comment section. I reply to any and all comments. And finally, hit that sub button if you are new. We're trying to hit 25,000 subscribers, an absolutely huge number, but it's greatly appreciated. So the first part that I want to talk about, and in my opinion this is actually the most unique part of the list, is I want to talk about offensive linemen, guys. Offensive linemen in Madden with their power-ups and just getting new cards in general. Out of any position group, it feels like offensive linemen, their power-up cards go up the most. It's almost like it's for a couple of different reasons. I feel like it's because people just don't expect that they need offensive linemen in Madden and they want to invest in all the flashy power-up players. But in reality, there's a ton of different options for players you can pick at skill positions, but there's less options for who you can pick as the top tier offensive lineman in Madden. So when we think about it, Quentin Nelson right here, who just got a new card in the Thanksgiving promo, his power-up is now sitting at 22,000 coins. You guys, if you invested like I told you to, I actually told you guys to invest in this power-up card when he was sitting at around 3,000 or 4,000. If you guys invested, you made a ton of coins. But the reason why is because when new offensive linemen come out, people, honestly, there's just not that many other options. So that makes it so that these power-up cards go up for a couple of reasons. Now, you can get really lucky with a power-up investment if their player gets an NAT card. If they get an NAT card that you can earn, and a lot of people can earn it, then people will just be like, okay, why not? Let's buy the power-up. That's going to jack up the price tremendously. But let's say Quentin Nelson just got a really good card. His price would still probably double or triple just because all the best players or the top God Squad teams in the game are going to want to pick up that card, and they're going to drive up the price of the power-up. But enough talking, let's get into the actual players that I want to talk about on this list. I'm going to start off with 4 offensive linemen who I think are locks. They're crazy good investments, and the first one that I want to talk about, this one I've probably bought, I want to say 10 to 20 of his card just now. The first player, his name's going to be Anthony Costanzo, you guys. Anthony Costanzo is an offensive lineman on the Colts. His power-up was going for literally 1,000 coins. It's going for 2,000 now just because I bought about 10 to 15 of them before the video to basically buy up the entire market. Right now on Pro Football Focus, I believe he's like the 4th or 5th best graded offensive lineman. He only has an 80 overall card in this game. As one of the best left tackles in the game, to only have an 80, I feel like it's almost a guarantee that he's going to get an upgrade. I'm heavily invested in this player. I would recommend you guys do as well. I think he's going to get a new card. If it's not in this promo, it'll be in the Team of the Year promo. But this Anthony Costanzo card, I think is a crazy good investment. There's not even that many of him up on the auction house right now. So if he does get a new card, this kind of reminds me of the Quentin Nelson. There weren't many of him up on the auction house. And then his price just ended up skyrocketing. So Anthony Costanzo is the first player to touch on. Now, the next guy that I want to talk about is going to be Teron Armstead, you guys. Teron Armstead, of course, on the New Orleans Saints. I believe he was like the 4th or the 5th best graded offensive lineman in the game right now. And again, his power-up's going for 1.6 thousand coins. This is like a zero risk investment. If he doesn't get a card, his power-up's not going to go down in price. It's only sitting at 1,000 coins. I've bought about probably 5 to 10 of this Teron Armstead card right now. He only has an 85 overall. he's definitely due for an upgrade. Again, as well, tackles are probably the two most important positions on the offensive line. Costanzo and Teron Armstead are both tackles, meaning that if they get a new card, it makes their card even more valuable, which makes the power-up card even more valuable. So two players to get it started off with are Teron Armstead and Anthony Costanzo as well, which are two really, really good investments. Honestly, probably my two favorite investments that I've been making in the last couple days. I've spent tons of coins on these players, and again, similar to the last card that I showed you guys, not many of them on the auction house. What that means is that it's easy for the price to get driven up, because if people buy these cards, then look, the next best one's 14,000. So these prices are going to go up. I think Teron Armstead and Anthony Costanzo are definitely potentially going to get new cards. Even if just one of these cards gets a new card, for example, let's say you bought Teron Armstead at 2,000 coins, you just sell him back for 2k, don't lose anything. And then let's say you bought 10 Anthony Costanzos, he goes up to 25,000 coins, you just made 200,000 coins that easy. But okay, next guy, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but the next one is going to be Zach Martin, you guys. Zach Martin's power-up card is going for a little bit more coins right now, but when we take a look, he's going for 5k, so it's a little bit pricier. Except right now, Zach Martin is the #1 graded offensive lineman on Pro Football Focus. He got a new card in the Zero Chill promo last year, if I'm not mistaken. And he only has, I think he only has his 88 core elite card. He doesn't have a good card right now, so his card is definitely going to be going up if he gets a new upgrade. I just wouldn't be surprised if he gets an upgrade. I know I'm spending a lot of time on the offensive lineman section, but I feel like this is almost the most important part of the video, just because these players are, I think, the biggest potential investments. I do have a couple other non-offensive linemen to get into in a second, but I just want to go over these offensive linemen at the start. I know it's a little long of a video, but these are, I think, the most valuable investments to be making right now. Now, the next one is going to be another player on the Cowboys, and that's going to be Tyron Smith. Like I've said, I think I've mentioned this Tyron Smith investment before. I definitely have. His power-up card right now is going to be going for a price of 2.4k. I'm pretty heavily invested in him. I think that he's going to get an upgrade. He's not terribly highly ranked on Pro Football Focus. Like, he's still really high, but I just feel like Tyron Smith gets an upgrade almost automatically in Madden. I've said it before, EA loves to give him upgrades. So Tyron Smith is a guy that I think is definitely due for an upgrade, and that's going to round out the offensive lineman category. Those are the 4 investments that I did a lot of research on. I think at least one of them is going to get a new card, if not 2 of them. And if you can hit on 2 investments, guys, if you can just hit on 2 investments, you're going to be making a lot of coins. I know I most certainly will. I've invested a lot in these players. Zero Chill is coming out soon, so I'm really hoping that some of those cards that I invested in get upgrades. But let's move on to some of the other more flashy players, which you probably thought when you clicked on this video, these are the type of players you'd be seeing. Instead, we kind of delved into the offensive lineman aspect of it, which I think is definitely something that's really undervalued. So I feel like it's really valuable information that I just shared with you guys right there. But let's just get into some of the other players in Madden right here. So Russell Wilson, another card I think is definitely due. I've had Russell Wilson power-ups in my item binder probably since the first month of Madden. I've just been waiting for him to get that really good card. Right now his power-up's going for 13k. I think I was buying this Russell Wilson at like 5k back in the day, but Russell Wilson 100% due for an upgrade, and I think if he does get an upgrade, he's going to be a super glitchy card just because of the abilities and kind of the way that Madden's shaped right now. You need a quarterback that can run and kind of like throw on the run as well. So I feel like Russell Wilson is going to be a really, really good option if he gets a new upgraded card. I'm not going to spend too much time on these other players just analyzing them. I feel like I already spent a bunch of time on the offensive line, and I don't want to make this video take too long because we already did drop a bunch of value for you guys. But Patrick Mahomes is going to be another player that I want to talk about right here. Patrick Mahomes, again, I told you guys to invest in him a while ago when he was supposed to get a card for the last promo, and that was when he was sitting at 20k. So if you guys still have him in your item binder, you should just hold on to him just in case he gets an upgrade in Zero Chill. I think Patrick Mahomes or Russell Wilson's probably going to get an upgrade, so maybe you just buy 1 or 2 of each of these cards. Honestly, this Patrick Mahomes is a little bit expensive right now. I would say you're better served buying 10 Teron Armsteads than you are buying 1 of these Patrick Mahomes, like by a mile. But if you want to invest in Patrick Mahomes, maybe you have his card on your team and you think you're going to keep him anyway, so you might as well just grab his power up. Patrick Mahomes is not a bad investment to make. Now, another guy I want to talk about is Julio Jones. I know Julio Jones does have a solid card already right now, but he got that card a while ago. Julio did get an upgrade as well in the Zero Chill promo last year, and EA just loves to give him upgrades. He's only going for 7.7k. I've got a couple Julio Jones cards in my item binder. Not too many, but Julio Jones is another solid investment to make. I don't think he's a terribly amazing one to make, just because they don't give him amazing stats, and I think that the NFL 100 receivers are coming out, but he's a solid investment to make. Now, I also want to touch on a couple other players, and I'm actually going to kind of surprise you guys with a couple things I'm going to say about them. So, one player that I want to talk about right now is going to be Christian McCaffrey, you guys. Christian McCaffrey, I don't even know if he has an MAC or an MC. Let's see. Christian McCaffrey, yeah, Christian McCaffrey right here. I would not invest in Christian McCaffrey. While I think he's going to get an upgrade, just the way that they gave the stats for his other card, they did him terribly dirty. Like, kind of like how they give Alvin Kamara stats, they didn't give Christian McCaffrey really glitchy stats. There's already incredible running backs in the game, so I could be crazy saying this, but I don't think it's great to invest in the Christian McCaffrey power-up. I personally don't have any of them, and when I was looking at a bunch of the trends for other players who did get upgrades and stuff like that, and how their power-ups went up in price, it had to be a really glitchy card, and I just don't think they would give Christian McCaffrey really glitchy stats. Now, another guy I want to talk about is going to be Michael Thomas, and he's almost in the exact same boat. Michael Thomas, just with how Madden is right now, you guys might hate on me, I am a Saints fan, but just with how Madden is right now, like Michael Thomas for 8,000 coins, I just can't see it going up that much in value. When he gets a new card, I'm sorry, but they don't give him crazy speed, and it's kind of hard to win with physicality in Madden because it's Madden. You can't just win with physicality like he does in real life. So Michael Thomas and Christian McCaffrey are two players that I'm kind of staying clear from. I don't have any players invested, any cards invested in either of these players. If I did have cards invested with any of these players, I would potentially be selling them right now. But yeah, that is basically going to be the list of power-ups. I could do another video like this if you guys want. I could go more in depth on the defensive side of the ball. This was more just offensive, because it did take a while to research some of those offensive linemen and just like see if they got cards in last year's promo, see what cards they have this year, check out their Pro Football Focus ratings, and check out all other stats related to them. So yeah, that is going to do it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I think this was a really informative one. Those offensive linemen that I mentioned could be gold mines, guys. I would invest in them while you can before their prices skyrocket if they do get a new card. But yeah, that is going to do it for the video. If you made it to the end and you haven't dropped a like, definitely be sure to do so. Let's see if we can hit 1,000 likes on the video. Hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already, if you like this type of content, because I could do one for the defensive side of the ball. And if you guys have any questions as well, or any players you think could get power-ups, let me know in the comments section. Until next time, boys, I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.
It means no worries for the rest of your day.